Hello there everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, and in this video I am going to go through and track my expenses for week number 4 of January 2024. And this week is going from January 21st to the 27th. There's a lot of stuff that happened. There's lot of money moves that was made, so I need to stay on top of it. If you're interested in this, please stay tuned. So you guys, welcome back to my channel. On this channel, I am documenting my journey to debt freedom by changing my money mindset and in turn my relationship with money. So like I said, my name is Melissa, and if you are new to the channel, welcome. It's lovely to have you. I would love for you guys to be a part of my community. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you are not new, welcome back. So lovely to see you guys again. So let's jump right into it. So, you guys, if you have seen my wine app video, I did receive my bonus money. I did make some money moves, but I only assigned the money in wine app, so you didn't get to see what it looked like, full circle. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna go over the transactions, and I'm gonna show you guys what's left of the money and what's left in the budget. And this January is almost out, you guys. So I'm recording this as of the 29th. We have a couple more days and then January will be done. There's a lot of things that went wrong this month, but there was a lot of things that I could correct because I did get a decent amount of money for my holiday and night payout. So we can actually make some good money moves, and this will be able to set us up for the month of February. So let's go ahead and track some of these expenses. So, like I said, it's going from the 21st to the 27th. So on the 21st, I had Park Mobile for $25.90. So the weekend of the 20th, I went away to Maryland. My oldest brother was having a surprise birthday party. I knew about it, but to be honest, I didn't plan for it. So I didn't put it into my budget. I just hit this year off running, and there's a lot of things that I needed to plan for that I didn't. But February on will be much better. I think I have a clearer mindset when it comes down to money. So I am going to be able to do a lot better February on. So that was Park Mobile, and this actually went out of my checking account. So I'm going to check that off. Let's make you guys a little bit bigger. Okay, there we go. On the 21st, Airbnb. So what we did, we rented an Airbnb, and my family, it was two of my sisters, my brothers, other families, we rented an Airbnb and we stayed there because we stayed over for 2 nights before coming back home. So my contribution that came out of my pocket was $60, and that was in cash. On the 22nd, I paid half of my personal loan for $300. That's to One Main Financial. I made a credit card payment to Apple for $45 twice on the 22nd. And I did tell you guys this was going to be for this gas that I bought at Speedway. I did make the payment on the card first before buying the gas. But you know what? I am not going to count it. I'm not sure I'm going to count it as a payment to the card just yet, or if it's going to be a gas reimbursement. I'm not sure. So let's keep on going and I can decide later on. So the 22nd, I made a payment to Lending Club for $1,059.22 against my account. I also made another loan payment, which is to my auto loan for $939.23. That's against my account. So there's a couple credit card transactions for my Capital One number two card, as you can see here. And this was while we were away. I did these, and like I said, we didn't plan for it. So there's a lot of things that ended up happening that was way out of the budget. So on the 22nd to Sunoco, we stopped on the way out because we drove from New York to Maryland and we had the kids with us. So we stopped for snacks at one of the gas stations. When we stopped for gas, I spent $47.17. Then while we were in Maryland, we went out to eat. And this is the issue when we go out with the family, uh, because there's so many of us and we eat a lot. I ended up spending 124.62 also on Capital One number two. Then I went to Macy's. It was freezing. When I say freezing, it was freezing in Maryland. So I ended up having to go get my daughter a coat. I've been trying to get this coat for her for a couple of weeks. So I ended up finding a coat in Macy's in Maryland for $97.19. And it was, I think I ended up buying her a dress also. So this amount is not just for the coat. Bell Hill Mart was another gas station we stopped at to get gas, and I got snacks again for the kids and myself for $29.04, or for all of us actually, on my Capital One number two card. On the 23rd, Netflix went out against my Capital One number one card, and this amount was actually paid back. So I am gonna click it because you'll see coming up. On the 23rd, I have the primary care visit, and I paid my copay for $25. I made a credit card payment to my Apple Card for $62 on the 24th against my account, so that's automatically clear. Easy Pass, so because we went on the road, the tolls from New York all the way to Maryland ended up replenishing on the Easy Pass in the car for $80.55. And I think this went out on my Apple Card. Okay, Speedway again on the 24th for $50 for fuel. That went on my Discover card. Okay, so here we go now. And you guys have already seen this if you've watched my Wine app video. And if you haven't, I'll link that in the card so you could see where the monies were assigned, but it's still being assigned here. So you could stay tuned. But I would love for you guys to check that other video out too. So like I had told you guys, I had started doing my little side hustle with Instacart again. But I didn't get that many orders on the 21st. I think I only do 24th. I only did one order for $25.34. My holiday bonus was $4,917.72. And for the night bonus, it was $3,908.27. Paid the babysitter $320. And this came from hubby. So I'm actually going to click on both. So he sent the money over and I paid the babysitter. And then these are the money moves that I made to pay off my credit cards. Okay. So, there was a small payment to my Apple Card on the 26th for $2, cleared. I paid the $24.97 on Capital One number one. So I'm going to make this actually zero. Nope, not there. I am going to make this zero because that was to cover the Netflix up here. The 26th, I paid off Chase for $533.20, and the only reason it's supposed to be $573.20 because I made the payment on the due date, which was the 26th, and I was thinking they were going to take their minimum payment at $40, which they didn't, so I had to go back in and make that payment, as you could see down here, for $40. Okay. So let's click this since I already spoke about it. So Chase is paid off. My Venus card for $100.67. Garters for $129.62. Famous Footwear for $218.59. And Marcus for $1,337.18. Okay. So then what I did was I sent $1,000 to my emergency fund. I sent $500 to the car insurance fund, $70 to the All Things Kids fund, $500 to the car registration fund, $16 to the personal fund in the cash wallet, so this has to come out of the bank. Credit Karma also sent $24 to the personal fund. Child support, I finally paid it because I had forgotten, for $263. That's against my account. SiriusXM for $727. That's against my Apple Card. Paraco Gas, this was the propane I was talking about that I'm going to need to pay. And that was clear. I paid that through, I actually paid that on my Apple Card, but the money was already applied to the Apple Card for this exact amount. So I didn't enter the transaction twice just to zero it back out. On the 27th, I went to ShopRite for groceries for $160.56. And then I went to the beauty supply store for some hair products for $28.20. And that was all the transactions for week number 4. So let's go ahead and let's see. I'm going to go up and I'm going to, actually, some of these numbers are going to be off, you guys. I'm going to have to, when I go in and close out January, I'm going to have to redo some things just so you're not seeing a couple, what you would call a transaction twice. So let's just go into the budget and we're going to talk about week number 4. So I rolled over $2,559.98. I'll be sent over $320. It was not a pay period, but I did get my payout for $8,851.33, and that included the Instacart payment for $11,731.31. So into the emergency fund, $1,000. All Things Kids is $70. $500 into the car insurance fund, $500 into the registration fund, $40 into the personal. That's for a total of $20 of $2,110. And all these are supposed to be over budget. I shouldn't put them red because they're savings, but I will go ahead and do that anyway, including this one. Okay? Nothing into the tithes, offering, or giving sections just yet. In the propane, in the monthly bills, that's the only thing I paid for $204.19. Not the only thing, but I paid $204.19 for the propane. I paid $32.24 for absent subscriptions. So that's over budget for what I had budgeted of $236.43. I can't speak English today. Variable section, groceries for $160.56. Nothing for household. $25 for the copay and meds. And I spent a whopping $200.83 in eating out. Okay, so that's put me over budget, $386.39. Okay, so moving on. I did pay the car payment for $939.23, gas for $50, but the parking came in over budget for $106.45. So that's going to put me over budget for $1,095.68. Babysitter for $320. She got $100 more because she had some extra hours that we paid her for. Child support wasn't in this week, but I paid $263. So that was a total of $583 even. Okay, so the miscellaneous expense, $60. Let's see what that is. I didn't think I had any miscellaneous expense. Okay, that's for the Airbnb here. Okay, so that was not budgeted, and that's over budget $60. Okay, I paid half of the One Main, and I paid the London Club for $1,059.22. That's over budget for this period because it's actually due on the 30th. Let's go back to black for this one. So that's 1359.22. Okay, so now the debt section, all of these are over budget. But like I said, I did pay off a number of credit cards and they're all over budget. So total payment in the credit card section is $2,412.59. So I brought in 11,731.31. I spent 8,243.31, or those were my expenses, and I'm still left with 3,488 even. So this money is going to roll over into the last week, which is the last couple of days in January, and then it's going to roll into February to help me out with the bills. So there's a few other things that I want to do, but I have to be, I'm going to have to put it together first before I put it out, because I actually want to pay off a couple more debts, but I have to work it out to see how much money I want to leave in savings before I apply this money to debt. So, you guys, we are just knocking one debt out at a time. And like I had told you guys, I am working on it and it's going to happen, but it's going to take time. So, I appreciate you guys for watching and come back for more. My name is Melissa, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.